Welcome back. Now we talk about the Lagos traffic law, the Okada restrictions. 2 years ago, the Lagos state government placed a ban on commercial motorcycle operators in the state. But now there seems to be an increase in their activities. You sometimes find their presence on mostly on the restricted routes, like the ones on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. We have the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway, the Wurunshiki, and areas that they are not supposed to be. So, as the ban on commercial motorcycle operations in certain areas been lifted in Lagos, well, this question and others will be answered by our panelists this morning. And from my immediate left, I have the Commissioner for Transportation, Lagos State, Mr. Kayode Opeifa, and also my immediate far left, we have the President, the Ultimate Youth Dream Initiative, Lukman Lawal, and we have Mr. Linus Okoroji, a former trade unionist. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. The question I raised earlier is the ban on motorcyclists in certain areas in Lagos been lifted?
I believe you mean the restriction.
Yes.
As okay. No. The Road Traffic Law, Section 3, prescribes the restriction of certain vehicles, of which motorcycle is one of them, on 475 roads in Lagos, and also prescribe that they must use helmets, they must not carry more than one person, if any at all. They must not carry people of school age, and that law remains intact. What you seems to notice on those highways are violations. They are outright disregard for the law, and is a sign of that we need to do more to enforce the law. So we have not changed anything about that restriction law. It's still in force, and Lagos is not the only state with such restriction. In fact, close to 20 states in Nigeria now have one form of restriction or ban, and we are not the first to introduce it, though we are the first to start investigation in 2004, and we did not do anything as far as restriction of rules until 2012. Apart from Lagos, only Niger State has law on this issue. All other states have made mere pronouncement, and in fact, as recent as September 1, Delta State increased the number of local governments where motorcycle operation is restricted. Also of note is that, is it Akwa Ibom or Cross River that was the first to put uniform and to organize motorcycle operations or public transportation, was also among the first to restrict it. In fact, they banned it. You can't find motorcycle on the street of Uyo as I speak to you. So also is Abuja FCT, which was in fact the first to put up a ban. We understand that about 6 weeks ago, they are also contemplating banning power bikes. So for Lagos, you can use bikes above 200cc on all roads. All roads in Lagos, you can use bike as long as it's above 200cc, but you cannot use it for passenger carrying purposes, for your personal use. Whereas in those other states I mentioned, you cannot even use your personal bike. So Lagos has the most friendly regulation on motorcycles in this country.
Just a quick question before we move on then. What is stopping enforcement, and who is designated to do the enforcement of this Section 3 law?
For motorcycle operation in Lagos, it is all enforcement agencies have that responsibility. But we particularly made it that the police should be the only one, since we started the enforcement in November 2012, and they have been doing their best. They have issues.
But it looks like their best is not
No,
good
they have
enough.
issues. People.
What are the issues?
People came up. Some people who doesn't want anything good for the state came up and started making media publications describing the operations of the police as harassment, extortion, and the rest. And you know that naturally sets in some issues, and it got to a point that it even became difficult because when you want to apprehend a lawless motorcycle operator, it's very dangerous. In the process, you could have accident, the motorcyclist will die, and all this becomes, you got the one that happened recently at the Agege Lagos Abeokuta Express Road. The police wanted to apprehend, the guy tried to escape, he ran into another vehicle, he was killed, they carried the corpse to the residence of the police officer. It's that bad. So, you know, we're all human beings. So this may account for some of the lapses. But the police assured us, they met with the governor, the commissioner, sorry, the AIG Zone 2 was there, and they said they will continue to enforce. Strongly speaking, they've been doing their best, and we need to commend them. The people we should really talk to are the riders and the passengers. It is dangerous. People are dying every day.
Okay, let me ask Lukman. You are the president of the Youth Dream Initiative, and if you look at the number of people that take this Okada, you find that the youths are more, you know, given to taking this. What would you say? What's your impression of the operations of these Okada riders?
Thank you very much. You would please permit me to give a quick background of my NGO. The Ultimate Youth Dream Initiative is a team of young professionals. I am a chartered accountant. We have doctors, lawyers, engineers. We are in Surulere. Today we are educated, we are exposed, and we feel that we deserve so much more in our country. In doing so, we conducted what is called a governance and society situational audit. We looked at the society, we looked at governance. We believe that the instrumentality of governance is lawmaking. Laws give birth to policies. Policies give birth to programs. Programs give birth to projects. Projects give birth to government activities. At every point in time, we must be able to feel impact of those laws and policies on the society. To that extent, that is one of the cardinal things we do. Beyond that, we look at all the youth population. We believe that this system has failed us. Today, we are grossly unemployed. We are unemployable. We are drink addicts, lotto addicts, cultists. We do all kinds of things because the system failed to prepare us. A good system is supposed to prepare its youth from infancy stage, 0 to 12, with qualitative education, no matter your class or grade. Adolescent stage, 12 to 18, with what is called positive social inclusion, mentorship in good norms and values. By the time you are 18, you must have been prepared. If you do anything, you make any wrong choice, the law will apprehend you. Today, we have people who have not been prepared. They are in our jails today. 70% of the jail population are awaiting trial. 90% of that figure are those young guys. Talking about the Okada issue now, anybody that has taken up Okada as a source of livelihood, definitely that is a symptom of much deep-rooted problems, failure of the state. As far as this law is concerned, we looked at all the laws in Lagos. From 1999 till date, Lagos has enacted 186 laws, including amendment laws and appropriation laws. We looked at the impacts that we could still feel in this society up till now. Between 1999 and 2003, what are the laws that we can still feel their impact? We can feel the impact of Environmental Sanitation Law of 2000. Last Saturday of the month, Thursdays for the market, had rub-on effect on other states. Between the same period, Office of the Public Defender Law was enacted, giving support to people that have rights abridged and all the rest of it. Between 2003 and 2007, we had laws establishing LASTMA, Traffic Management Authority, LOMA, Waste Management Authority. The kind of population growth that Lagos has witnessed in the last 20 years are such that if we don't have those agencies, for instance, LASTMA, for instance, I'm a chartered accountant, I see other professionals on the road, PhD holders, clergies, no willful compliance with the law, except you see that uniform person, then everybody starts to behave well. Those LOMA people, every day, I wake up in the morning, I see those women, they give me hope everywhere on the streets of Lagos, sweeping those roads. They do it with dedication, with passion, with joy. Those are the people that give us hope that we could still have a better and brighter society in the future. Between 2007 and 2011, we can talk of the Lagos Security Trust Law that created a platform for corporate organizations to join the government on security, which is business of war.
Okay, sorry, Lukman. I'm just keen on us finding out. You did mention something that is quite important, which is the issue of the system has failed the youths.
Yes.
And in view of that, some of them have had to go into doing motorcycle riding for commercial purposes. Is there something in our system or in us that makes it such that, yes, the system has failed us, the government has failed us, the society has failed us, and for that reason we have to do something illegal?
Well, I want to be very objective in my analysis.
Okay, please do, and very quickly because we have very limited time.
Okay, we recognize lawmaking as the instrumentality of governance. On the other hand, we don't want to blame all these youths, I mean, in quotes, because a system that has failed to prepare them, we need to do a lot in reorientation, in re-engineering. But on the NGO platform as well, we want to show that we must be able to measure the impact of laws and policies on the society. That's why I was trying to give that background.
Okay.
In Lagos, for instance, after the Security Trust Law, we can talk of the Community Development Association Law of 2008 that has brought synergy between the government and the local communities. We need what is called feedback of policy formulation. That is going on. Within the same period, we can talk of public finance management law. I am particular about such a law. I'm a chartered accountant.
So you are advocating that there should be laws in place that will
and we must
enable...
comply with those laws.
Okay.
Now, the road traffic law we are talking about now, between 2011 to date, I have done, on the NGO platform, we have done an extensive research on it to tell our folks, we are on the field. We feel their pain, but we let them know that any law that would better your health welfare, that would make your security improve, is a good law. To that extent, you don't have any business on that road.
So you're very much in support of the Lagos traffic law.
It is a fantastic law. Okay. I have facts and figures.
Okay, so let's move on to the former trade unionist, Lana Zakoroji, congressman, and we want to find out, what is your thought about the law itself, and what's your thought about those who are members of the Okada Riders Association who feel very strongly that the government is not working to support them, but rather working against them?
It is a wonderful thing in this country that what is good, especially good laws, will go against them. One of my problems earlier is how do we get into using Okada as a means of transport, even in this country? About 26 or 25 years ago, no Nigerian would be proud to join Okada as a means of transport anywhere in Nigeria. Even in the rural cities, talk of in the urban cities. As far as I'm concerned, I'm one of those who supported the law at the first instance. In fact, my colleagues in the civil society, they were against me. They fought me. In one of our meetings, they walked me out. I said, I'm strong about what I'm saying. Because I know when my own senior brother, because we were only two, our mother had it. We used to use a Honda 195, and we cruise on it in the night, even on the bridges, just to go and take breeze and come back to our house. Today, you see those rikitis called Okada. Look at my leg. This is an Okada injury. One night I was coming back from Osun State. I came, then I saw it was late. I cannot get any means of going to my house. Just to take Okada, about a kilometer, we fell, two of us. The Okada man escaped injury. I broke my leg for 8 months and a half now. No, not more than 8 months.
You've been carrying this injury with POP for
no, there was no, before I had the P on the leg. The POP was only put on my leg when I was discharged from Igobi Hospital 6 months after.